The following video may not be suitable for children 13 and under. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everyone, today I'm going to start off with my top 10 Hasbro mainline Transformers figures for 2020. A little behind on the video. I've actually been working so much in the last several weeks now. I haven't really had time to do videos, so I wanted to get this video out before I do a lot of content coming up in the following week. But these are the top 10 figures from Hasbro over the past year that I've really enjoyed and thought were fantastic figures. So let's start off, and I don't know if I want to do a particular order, but we'll just start off with the first one, and this is Earthrise Smokescreen. I personally enjoy Smokescreen on a big level. I've always liked the character, the way it looks, the head sculpt on the figure. Just in general, I like car mode, the special ability of throwing a smokescreen. I don't know. This is a really great figure. They did a great job with the head sculpt here. They did a great job with making the toy look great. I don't really have any negatives. One thing I will say that I've seen is that the guns tend to be a little brittle. I've seen a lot of people breaking theirs about the middle way of the barrel here. But overall, I think this is really a great figure to add to your collection if you haven't. Car mode looks great. Tons of detail. There is a little bit of hollowness here, but that's part of the transformation. I will say that the transformation and folding the back legs down into the back of the car is one of the possible negatives of this figure. But overall, I think they did a great job with Smokescreen. And really, if you don't have this guy, you really need to pick him up because he looks great on the shelf. And I think he looks great beside the Siege version as well. Earthrise Smokescreen. Next up is Earthrise Alicon. Great figure to army build. Terrific looking overall. Head sculpt looks fantastic. Nice colors and tons of detail. Transformation is very simple. Alligator mode is great. Comes with the little alligator tail knife. You can really armor build these guys for a pretty good price. They size well with the Quintessons. Add 2 or 3. You can, the Pit of Judgment comes with a version of this guy too, I believe. I think the paint is a little bit different based on what he does, but they did a great job with it. And I really think, overall, there's really no negatives to this guy. Both modes are great. There's a little bit of hollowness in the back here of the arms. I'd like to see a third party maybe come up and do a cover piece or something like that. But hey, hard to beat this guy. I mean, from the details and the silver paint, the green, the purple, these, kind of rubbery spikes here, the little arms. Comes with the spear. The spear mounts on the back of the tail. The storage, which I'm always a big fan of the storage for weapons. They really knocked it out of the park with this guy. Next up, Earthrise Skywarp. Comes in a 2-pack with Thundercracker. I'm a big Skywarp fan. This guy looks great. It's no kind of like space mud or light gray or dull colors. It's a proper black with a proper purple. It looks fantastic in jet mode. The purples are excellent. I mean, I don't know if my camera will show it up that clear here, but if you look at that, that purple is really great. Head sculpt, I really like. He's got kind of a screaming face there. The eyes are a little bit sunk in from my viewpoint. I wish they were a little easier. It seemed like they could be dropped down and made a little brighter to see. The back looks clean, very clean. Really no complaints other than this up under the wings, but that's really not a complaint at all. Pretty much any of the Seekers are a good purchase. I would pick them up if I were you, if you didn't have them. Starscream, I've got them all. Starscream's great, Thundercracker's great, but Skywarp is just a personal favorite of mine, so he had to be on the list. Terrific figure. Next up is Runabout, Runamuck, or Runabout. Can never get them sorted out which one is which, but if you had told me previously, before I knew these were announced, that they were going to make these two guys, I'd say, I doubt it. But I enjoyed the G1 figures. I had the G1 figures for a long time. The car modes on these look great. Robot modes look great. I don't really see any negative, there's a lot of hollowness here on the back, but I mean, it's part of the transformation. It's the same thing as you get with Smokescreen. The back part of the car on these guys doesn't seem to plug down tight like it should. And it's maybe just a QC issue. We're starting to see a variety of QC issues from Hasbro on some of its Transformers figures, and I don't know if it's, they switch production assembly plants, and maybe it's something related to that. But these head sculpts are great. Weapons look nice. There's a difference in the weapons. 2 red here, 1 black. The paint colors are great. This is a bright white, which is terrific. Car modes, like I said, are really, really spot on. So, and tons of detail. I mean, if you look through the white really shows it better than the black, but if you can look at all this detail here and here, spots for the blast effects. They did an excellent job with this, and that's why they're in my top 10. Double Dealer. Terrific. Terrific, terrific, terrific. Great figure, great size, tons of like little accessories, weapons, guns, rocket launchers, all kinds of stuff. The biggest negative about this figure to me is the wonky leg assembly here. Mine is a little loose, but the way it turns in the bird mode and all that, this is really, I think, a fantastic figure. I think the piece here where it assembles in the knee is scary to me a lot of times because it feels like it's gonna snap, and maybe it will at some point. But I think overall, it's a terrific figure, and they've done a great job. Terrific head sculpt, tons of detail. Both modes are, pretty good. In general, I'm not the biggest fan of the bird mode, but it's doable. I think the missile truck mode, or whatever you want to call it, looks great. I've got the 2 tapes, Scar and Knock, sitting with him on the shelf, and they look terrific as well, and they'll plug into them. So they did a really good job. The only thing is, like I said, that leg assembly, I don't know what the main issue is with that. Try not to mess with it too much. I keep it mainly in robot mode, but overall, I'd say terrific, terrific figure. Had to be in the top 10, and it sits on top of one of our shelves. It's just a great, great display. Optimus Prime. How could he not be on the list? This is, to me, the best Optimus Prime we've seen in a long time. Trailer comes with all these accessories. The figure looks great. We've got the blue hands. This is not his original gun. This is a 3D printed weapon because this gun is plugged on the back. But the transformation is great. He cleans up great. Head sculpt's perfect. The trailer here is pretty nice. Here too as well. This is the 9F upgrade kit here, but the fact that you get a trailer with all these details, Prime in a package, it had to be in the top 10. I just don't see how you couldn't have it. The trailer will actually work with Huffer that's being released in Kingdom, so that's great. But yeah, this is a totally great purchase. I mean, this guy, the blue translucent windows, I really, really enjoyed. I enjoyed the Siege Prime. There's nothing really wrong with him other than, maybe a little bit too much damage and space mud for me. But this is really where Hasbro really just did a fantastic job. They could not have done too much better. I like the transformation. I think the transformation is great. The back reminds me a lot of like the Studio series with the wheels and stuff. But this guy sitting on the shelf, this is nothing but money. This is a fantastic figure. Studio Series Hot Rod 86 version. For the price, they basically made a masterpiece version of Hot Rod. Comes with a ton of accessories. This looks amazing. All the details, the head sculpt is brilliant. Colors are fantastic. Car mode looks great. The biggest negative, they say, is a wing, but I don't really, it doesn't bother me. I think it looks good. Maybe it's just a little a little, maybe too oversized, but I don't have any problem with it. From every angle, this is a great figure. It comes with blast effects, the matrix, the 2 weapons, the saw blade. You know, they have done, and you'll see here coming up another 86 figure that, yeah, I think it's 86, but never mind, it's not 86, but it's another figure from the movie, from the Kingdom line, that they've done a great job. This is the ultimate hot rod, just without the masterpiece price. Really a nice figure. So I had to have it in the top 10. Couldn't be beat. I mean, I've got it on my movie shelf. Look at this. See these silver pipes? You can plug in your blast effects there. You can do the shooting at the Decepticon shuttle. You know, transformation is very, very ingenious. I think the way they fold the car up, the way the legs triple fold over is great. Terrific job. Okay, next figure is Cyclonus, from the 86 movie. Not a part of the Studio Series 86 line, but you know, it's kind of weird how they combine figures from both in the Kingdom and Studio Series. But this is a great looking figure. I mean, Space Jet mode is terrific. Look at the back. The back is clean as I don't know what. I mean, I don't know how it could be much more cleaner than this. We've got light piping. Comes with his weapon. Head sculpt can't be much better. Terrific, terrific figure. I mean, you could pick up another one to kind of do the scene from the movie, but, and I'm also a Skywarp fan, because we all know that Skywarp is Cyclonus, so, but transformation is really, really nice. The figure, the paint, the colors, everything is terrific. It's, you know, it's not a ton of detail either. You know, there's some detail, but it's not to the point where, like some figures in Earthrise, it's just so much detail. So they kept it, you know, very tune based in a way. So very happy with the figure. Had to be in the top 10. Amazing, amazing detail. Earthrise Grapple. This figure basically reminds me so much of the Masterpiece version. It's amazing. They done a great job. It looks terrific. Everything is smooth and clean. You know, there's really no hollow bits. The back looks great. Tons of detail. Silver pistons. We've got a hook. Comes with accessories. Comes with this rifle. The head sculpt is pretty amazing, actually. They've done such a good job with it. But this is probably, you know, the biggest negative about this guy is the way when you go into crane mode, the 2 pegs, and some simple filing can eliminate that issue. Mine are pretty tight, but I don't really have the issue where pegs are breaking off. But, you know, I keep this guy in robot mode for the most part. But this, to me, besides probably Hot Rod, is the closest they've come to being true masterpiece in the way the look of the figure compares between the two. So they did an excellent job. Very, very tune-based. You know, looks great set beside hoist. And it just makes me so excited to get one of my favorite figures in Inferno. So can't wait to get Inferno because it's based on this character alone. They did a great, great job. Couldn't really know how they could do any better. You know, maybe they could have, you know, there's probably some stuff we can do with repro labels, toy hacks, and maybe tighten it up a little bit, but just a fantastic figure. And then the final figure is Commander Class Skylinks. Really this, I mean, I didn't do this in like from 10 to 1 or whatever, but this is probably the best of the new figures in the year. Great size, looks terrific put together. You can, you know, put a standard figure beside him and, you know, I think that scales very well. Terrific base mode, shuttle mode, cat links mode, tons of blast effects, tons of details. The base mode works great, Micromasters, or you can do a space type, you know, thing with the little shuttle set, the Astro Squad set. You plug in blast effects here on the front. It's got storage for Micromasters. They you know, they did a great job with Skyfire, Jetfire on Commander Class. This is a next level increase right here. Skylinks is the epitome of what you want with a Commander Class. And for the price tag, I think it's very well worth it. I mean, you can put, you know, Prime next to him, and just see how big he is. Really, that's an impressive figure. I cannot wait for them to do Commander Class and Kingdom to see what's coming, because if it can be anywhere in the level of this figure, it's going to be great. I mean, you know, I love the blast effects, but I've got this guy sitting on the shelf just like this, and it really couldn't be any better. There's also details here that NASA approved. We've got the shuttle, it's called Magnificence. NASA emblems all over it. Just a amazing figure that I really enjoy. We've got these kind of weapons here you can plug in the base mode. Tons and tons of details. No real negative. The neck piece articulates well. I know that's an issue with like the MMC version, but they did a great job with making the links and the joints there. The wings seem to be, you know, maybe the biggest sticking point, is maybe they're a little bit looser than they should be, but I don't have any issue with mine. I've seen that on some other people, but I would say this is probably my favorite figure of all the new released in last year from Hasbro. So, and just look at it. That's a great looking figure. Well, I want to thank you for watching this video. That's been my top 10 Hasbro figures of the year. You know, it's a lot more I didn't even get to that, you know, I hadn't even opened. We got Scorponok and stuff like that, but these are the ones I opened, spent a lot of time with, and I think, to me, in my collection, they're the top figures from Hasbro. Thank you for checking out this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I would really appreciate it. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs. Check out the rest of our Jet-Cons, Kato's collection, Larkin's Lair, and Sardo News Spy 82. And we'll see you down the road. Thanks for watching.